To part number 18 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as Rome. We've just finished a whirlwind tour of the Persian Empire. We conquered up through here, attacked Parthia, annexed all this territory to our client state, Georgia, retreated down this slot here, annexed this territory to Resetia, our other client state. At some point we had 75 or thereabouts aggressive expansion. It's burned down because we took none for this and none for this. And the Carthage War will probably be going on for some time, and we have claims essentially everywhere. So it may even go down after the Carthage War is what I'm hoping. And then we'll bounce back and maybe attack Egypt, or more to the point I think we'll just go with the Persian, as that should be actionable at that point, because I want to get moving off in this direction as soon as possible. Egypt will always be there, and it's not really going much of anywhere so far as I can tell. If it does war with Kush or Nabatea, etc., we'll step in, but there's no rush right now as it's not going anywhere. I'm going to declare war on Carthage once this fleet is in position. There it is, it's on now. Let's find a war goal. Top of the list looks about as reasonable as any other. Let's do it. Who are these guys? So these two client states, and then some small island nations. There's a tribe here and an island there. So there it is. It's on. These are some really small armies that I'm meeting. I just stack wiped one about this size. There's another tiny little army here, a levy. He just doesn't have the cities any longer for it, and I don't think he can probably afford the mercs. Who knows, though? There's another stack wipe. I could probably peace out right now with a 98 war score, but as I have claims everywhere, and it takes a while to traipse in here, I don't want to traipse in and then traipse out and traipse in and traipse out. So I'm going to take territories up in here so I don't have to go there again. I'm going to go interior, as these cities really don't seem to be very formidable relative to his ability to raise legions. So there it is. Let's see what can be done. He seems agreeable to this, so we're going to take this large swath right here and this tiny little territory here, and leave some border gore there to clean up on the next war. He has his capital, annoyingly enough, out on an island here. Looks like he has a city here. He still has this. That, what's 1, 2? He has 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's it. 6 cities. So next time around we probably can do it with half the army, if that, or a couple of mercs, or 4 mercs to be exact. And not worry moving the army back in this direction again, or at least the proper army. Let's see, we can stand down our levies. Let's do that. Move some pops and build some barracks in the capitals here. I need to populate that. So the barracks should keep these things loyal over the longer term. Have a lot of freeman happiness bonuses, and the rest just sort of congregated them into cities. Maxed them out and built temples, essentially. I already had the theaters. That's that. I think I must have sawed through 3,000 or 4,000 gold, relatively inexpensive. Now we get out of here, join up with the fleet, and head back to Persia. Boom, 2,000 gold back. Don't ask me how, but this legion here, the cohorts 3, never really got orders to head back here. I have a mind to disband it and then reform it, just so we can get on our way. I think I may well just do that. 5,000 manpower for 45 PI, wonderful idea. Another 2,200. You know, I'm not really all that sure that we have enough claims in the right places in the Persian Empire. Maybe we'll go stop in Egypt on the way back. I concluded that idea about Egypt was a bad idea, so let's go ahead here and see if we can start this ball off. And it should be on again. Breakthrough bonus. I'm not exactly sure what drives this guy, but he seems to offer a very, very attractive peace offering right through here. Like right now, as opposed to later. This war can go on for quite some time, really. Where's the offering again? And there it is right there. We have claims on some of it. I can't say we have claims on all of it. But I'm going to take it. I think I'll take the money. Let's check to see what we have now. Alright, I think we just go back out the way we came and go and engage Egypt. The aggressive expansion is creeping up. We have new claims we can bring to bear here in Pontus as well. I think there are some in Parthia. Yeah, that was fast. I'm gonna go ahead and invoke Devotio here. Divine Sacrifice, that's the one. Okay, we made it back and out, and I have these units positioned properly, at least reasonably so, to where we can now war with Egypt quickly. As to whether we want it quickly or not, we have quite a bit of aggressive expansion. Our stability is okay because we paid the fee for the Divine Sacrifice. I hired a couple of road builders so we can move about more quickly. I'm going to build a road along this area. And then there's another light cav road, fast road builder headed down here, and we'll try to get a little something going to where we'll be able to move about in these areas. Quicker than not, I'm going to build a few roads there as well. I hired mercs. I have quite a few units on the board, cohorts, and we should win, although, you know, how quickly we do it or not, I don't know. He's moved his capital here. Yes, there's a city there. It's fairly deep in. And we're going to go down there and siege it, but it's going to take some time to get out, surely. We'll probably end up going to the port here, Myos Hormos, and doing something thereafter. Probably invading Nabatea or heading back over to Carthage. There's nothing here. Let's do it. Let's declare the war and see our options. There are a great many. We can go down. Memphis sounds about as reasonable as any other. Let's do that. We caught this unfortunate levy out here. These guys are very good at what they do. And this guy has 23 light infantry and a 4 martial. And there's an equitable peace arrangement. It's fairly quick and out. Left 2 on the table. I'll take it. And I'll take the money as well. And more money, more money, more money. I sort of need characters. I'm going to sort of, let's see. I don't really, though. Alright, I'm going to consolidate these units to get them back to home base. Build out in the territories that I just took over in order to inspire loyalty and or convert. And the +5 loyalty tick. At some point we're gonna probably run into some serious negative stability, but so far we've been able to stave it off, as it were, by sticking to only claimed territories. So there are some fat claims over here, really, that I just saw available, 200, 300, a couple of them. So that peace arrangement was good to us. It got us adjacent to various high value targets, and the question is what to do now. I'm gonna figure that out, I guess. When do you integrate? 580. As a disclaimer, a lot of this thought processes can be completely made irrelevant by a couple of simple procedures, but I'm not going to enact them because it's an old school playthrough. You can take this militant Epicureanism and avoid the stability issues that I'm sort of lamenting or mulling over. You can also take the Imperial Conquest. We're going to do none of the above. This is those two essentially eliminate a lot of the strategic depth of the map painting involved here, or war choices. And I'm going to avoid them and have some fun that way. And it's how the game was originally before the Marius. So that's when I dropped most of my hours into the game. Okay, along those lines, we are not going to mess with Gaul, right? For a long time. So there's one war, I think, perhaps left in Carthage with our main army before leaving this area until the late 600s at least. And then we'll come back and clean Iberia and Gaul up. We'll clean both of them up at the end of the game. Until then, they'll buy our goods and support our warring in the east with a higher commercial income than might otherwise be had. This is about to integrate, and we have consolidated these as a template for verification of process, and the area seems highly loyal. Our pops that are in this barracks, which I've built here, are indeed loyal. Even the wrong culture, wrong religion are 64% loyal. That's due to our mausoleum accepted rights, minor syncretism, legislative reform, etc. We have the fish, our memorial at Mammalia, and we could pop another, I think, 8% on that if we got our national ideas correct. But as it stands right now, that they're happy enough, really. The freemen, at least. The slaves are not so much so. But the freemen, we could have another 8% on top of that. And maybe if we got to the point where we're just running like at a zero stability for a long time, we wouldn't have to worry as much. So that's the plan going forward. This area, we built, again, the barracks, and it's ticking up by 0.14. I think we have... This area here is not quite as loyal for whatever the reason. It's this area here, let's see. Why is that area not loyal? Because there's a random citizen there. And our freemen are not quite as happy because... Okay, because there are more slaves there. And there's a citizen, and there are not as many freemen. So if we look here, there are less slaves relative to freemen, relative to here. So 21.8 versus the positive uptick of 17.11. So these guys should continue to promote to freemen, and that happens at quite a quick pace there, 17.4. So that should work itself out here as there. Okay, so when Antipolis integrates, we're going to do this barracks thing again, and move what slaves can be moved to cities. Maybe move some down into these cities from the more distal aspect of Antipolis, and we'll just do that exactly. And what can't be moved into these cities, or these cities, I've been building aqueducts sort of in anticipation of our annexation. Perhaps I should... Oh, they're all maxed out. Yep. Okay, so there we have that plan. So I think... our peace agreement, or truce with Carthage, ends 583. So 6 years out. I think we have, as I said, one last war with our proper army with Carthage. We'll just get it done quick. and with no trouble. He's allied with this Okadania guy. Let's see here. We may as well, we could drop a claim on this Okadania. But the problem would be we'd have to separate peace out. Yep. Or include him in the war score with Carthage, and we want to take all the war score out of Carthage, so there's no point in claiming him. That leads to the question of what to do in between then and now. Because once we take Carthage, we're just going to leave. Massicilia, I suppose we probably could take some territories out of him, but exactly why is the question. I don't really have a good answer for why I would attack Massilia before I attack like all of these other tribals in the area at the end of the game. I mean, we're going to be running a massive AE at that point, aggressive expansion, so this guy can be taken in one war, I'm sure, or sometime during the cycle of when we take all of these. So why should I be worried about taking this tribe right now? All it is trouble, as there's all a bunch of tribals. There's no tribals? It doesn't look like they are tribal. That still doesn't give me a good reason as to why I should take them, other than a bunch of cities there. Well, why not drop a claim? It's an option, and I'm going to need a claim at some point anyway. So that leads us back over here. Pontus. I have quite a few claims in Pontus. Could probably take him out for very inexpensively. I was going to create a client state again, but I would imagine that if I were to war with Pontus, I'd take very little aggressive expansion as it is. I think that's the plan. I was also going to war with Nabatea and take what could be had with claims. It's also not a bad idea. We're right here, and we could take some Nabatean territories and peace out what claims we have and just leave the rest and then reclaim going forward. So I'm thinking that we're going to action these claims and then peace out and then start filing claims again. And then we'll roll up here and action these claims and then peace out and then roll over to Carthage, do that last war, maybe mop up here, although I'm not really sure about that part. And then I think we leave the area forever and not return. That leaves Parthia here. It can be we can hire some mercs and then disband them, so our army doesn't have to come back. That leaves us. Our fleet will exit the area forever, and we'll hire mercs for what's left of Egypt here, and then disband them, so our army again never has to return. Kush is small. These guys are relatively small, can be had with mercs buying and disbanding, and then our fleet will move over here at some point and base in this area of what will be then the former Persian Empire. While we're engaged in those activities, I'm going to go and mop these two city-states up. I'm going to send both of these legions over there to do that. Should be easy enough. So here first, this unit here, I think he can, let's see, I think we'll pick him up with our fleet and bring him to Nabatea, or maybe we'll just, well, yeah, we'll bring him to Nabatea. So Nabatea and these city-states, and then Pontus, and then Carthage, and then to the east. Right, I'm ready for phase number 1, a war against Nabatea. Looks as though we have claims throughout here, this province in here, but nothing beyond. He has a client state all the way down here. There's a state there. So let's declare the war here. We'll go for this one here. No negatives. Boom. It looks like there's an event that's relatively inexpensive. We can spend 1,200 for this Pharaoh's Lighthouse. And we'll do exactly that. I've shifted my offices around here. I've been essentially placing officers or government officials based on oratory skill. So I'm going to shift this guy over here to where he'll get us just a slightly higher tick. Actually, it went up by 0.5 per month. And then rearrange the former office holder here for divine sacrifice, and place another proper, mostly based on oratory here. I believe that someone already has quite the high level of statesmanship, or not. We'll place her there as she has a 10 oratory and can be placed in for divine sacrifice as well. She's not the best at this particular activity, monthly civilization change, but I don't care either. These wars here seem to be actionable as well. Let's see if we can declare it. That's the right, yes. Okay, so let's do that. We'll take that guy out first. This war proceeds well, as one might expect. Have a large fleet. We're going to head down pretty far into this territory here. Perhaps here. I'm going to send this fleet further out of its naval range, but this Merc should be able to down these 3 provincial capitals, this fort or whatnot down there. And then I'll just disband them. A lot of these units are simply mulling about and drilling. There's nowhere to go, and no need for them to go there. I don't want to get them all the way down here, and then I'll have to bring them back. They'll eat all the food. Their morale will get will become diminished due to being exiled, etc. We're going to quicken out here. Alright, this siege just fell. It looks as though we can peace out, I think, with both of these for 1 AE. Good for me. We'll take the families just because. We'll have all of them. Because we like characters. Okay, I have this unit headed out here for the furthest aspect of the Pontus campaign. I'll send this unit here, and then we'll sort this out at some point. It looks as though our vassal is holding one of our former prisoners, or family, and he doesn't want to give it up. This sounds like a job for super consul. Just stumbled across some Nabatean levies or armies. I'll put it to him. Yes, I blame. What is the story here? I'm just going to leave this Merc down here and get the heck out of this area so that we can get on our way and on to Pontus faster. It looks as though Judea, an event has popped. We could gain hardly any money and get. It looks as though we get wrong culture group happiness. 15% and then 6% throughout for 10 years in the Judean area. Whatever the case is, I'm going to move all of these guys out to either Egypt or along here, and we'll not worry about it. I'm going to do it manually. There's not many. So there's Judea right now. Let's check the. We'll not have a nationwide or republic-wide problem for just a very few number of pops in this area. Alright, so there is Judea. It's been properly Romanized. I didn't quite have enough Romans without going deeper up here. So what I did is I took quite a few Romans, 40 to be exact, from Cernasia. It was essentially all that could be moved. Marched them here, here to this province here, and then here, 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 and then into Judea. I think there's a quote from about the Epirus Wars. The Romans were defeated initially, and then the legionnaire, I think as he was about to die or something, I don't know about the story exactly, but he said, we'll be back, or there will be more of us shortly. So this is the cultural version. We've moved into the area and will not stand for it. I now return you to your regularly scheduled warring activities. A siege just fell here, I believe. It pushed the Nabateans over the edge to where they're willing to make peace. So if you'll note here, what claims we have actionable are being enacted for very little aggressive expansion. These are a little too pricey for my tastes, at least at present. Of course, the higher you go, the closer you get to 100, the less you get. I think at 99.9 you essentially get none. But we're very, very, very little. I'm going to take one of these, this one here, Sinai there, and take just a bit more aggressive expansion than one might otherwise expect, but we'll get it off the books and close this war out now. Our new conquest has opened up quite a few more claims here for Nabatea. I plan to take action them. I'm going to close out this Pontus war, and then we'll close out the episode. Actually, I have a war planned here, and as long as we're there, we may as well take him as well. So I'll do that as well. I'll be back to you with summary. Alright, this war here is ready to go. I have claims on all. Byblos and Sidon there. We just integrated Antipolis, and we'll take all the families surely, as they're Hellenic and Roman. I'm going to consolidate the pops into cities and build barracks in the provinces without any cities in them, a D-fort, etc. We have a city fairly far up in here, Van Gionia. I've consolidated most of the pops that are easily done in provincial capitals and built barracks there. They should be more loyal than not, and the rest are going to cities. This civilization value, I believe, is less than 30, so I can't build aqueducts as yet, but the excess pops here that are sort of going to be less loyal than not because there'll be slaves mulling about the fields will eventually be able to be migrated into these cities. And if we get it done proactively, I think that the low stability will be able to cope with it for very long periods of time once we really start the ball rolling. Luckily, that Roman Hellenic client state has been there for some time, and quite a bit is Hellenized, and there's various Romans scattered throughout already as well. This piece is actionable for 1 AE. Let's take it. As we're here, we have claims here and claims here. So we're going to pivot right over here and take those guys out as well. We are about in position for our war with Pontus. Let's do that immediately here and take, well, we're going to take it all. So, well, we'll choose that war goal and carry on. Let's declare these wars right now. We can peace out. We can peace out right here, in fact. Let's do it. Here as well. For essentially no aggressive expansion. I'm going to get on these boats here and head over to Kos, which would be right here. The Pontus War goes well. Alright, it looks like we've taken Pontus out for 6 aggressive expansion. I'll take it. That leaves me with the choice of where to go next. I suppose we could declare war here. There's a actionable casus belli. Pontus had occupied the area. The Pontus is gone now. There's a Parthian revolt. The problem is they're here and there and here. They probably wouldn't peace out really well. I'm going to figure all that out. I hope to see you in the next episode. Before going, let's take a look here what we've got. Growing quickly. The Carthage truce here ends May of 583. So about 2 years down. The question is, what do we do for 2 years while waiting for Carthage? I don't know. Anyway, I hope to see you in the next episode.